Hello. It's been a while. I haven't made a video. I'm not sure how long. But I was sitting here and I just felt like making one. So here we go. Talk about allowing and receiving. I think I've talked before about you can feel into things. You can feel into a tree. You can feel into a potential. Let's talk about potentials. A potential, the future. The future is nothing but potentials. So is the past. It's all potentials. It's all flowing and moving and changing. When you feel into a potential, you say you want to. You can feel into your potential for at the moment. If you're trying to make a choice on something, you want to feel into what you want to do. Now, here's a little secret. It's not going to tell you what to do. The I exist, the I am, your consciousness, awareness, whatever you want to call it, doesn't give a shit. It doesn't have an opinion of what you should do. It's when you're feeling into a potential, a future potential. Say you're trying to make a choice, what you want to do something, whatever it is, new job, start a new path into something. The consciousness will not choose it for you. Now you have your highest potential is what you can just walk into, because it's what naturally comes to you. You've designed creation to serve you. You are consciousness. You are the creator of your reality. And you could say, almost kind of like a computer program in a way, you've programmed into it the aspect, the dynamics for it to serve you. So it really doesn't matter what you choose. If you choose to walk left or you choose to go right, the same energies will come in service to you. It'll just come in through that experience of going right or that experience of going left. So it kind of matters, just comes down to what do you as the human wish to experience. So when you're feeling into things, and you're trying to allow, you want to receive. You don't want to go and try and take it, because trying, force, efforting puts a push onto things, puts a force into things that are just going to come back to you. You're saying, I want force, I want push, I want manipulation, I want control, and that's what's going to come back to you as an experience. This is what most people call suffering. So when you're feeling into the future, just open yourself to it. Feel into it, and what excites you the most? What gives you the most joy? And now that's when the mind's going to pop in and say, well, if I choose A or if I choose B, this is the mental things that could happen. A is a better paying job, B is a less paying job, but I would prefer to do B, but I want more money, which is A. And this is where the confusion and the conflict comes into things. If you really want to do B, just do B. Abundance is a natural thing. Abundance is just there. Because you're the creator of your goddamn reality. I'm going to say that over and over again. You've created this. Get it through your skull. The mind didn't create it, but your consciousness, your awareness, you, the I exist, created this reality. You create all realities. Without consciousness, there cannot be reality. For something to be present, consciousness has to be there. If consciousness isn't there, then nothing's there. It's just passive nothingness. Your awareness has to go there before something can appear. So this is what this early on. I had a big trouble with this. I had the problem. I was like fighting over left and right. Then I'd go into the mental part of it, and I would start to process it. The mental processing. Well, this weighing all the options, because I didn't trust myself. I didn't trust my ability to create, and that's the part you have to trust. The trusting has to be there, because the trusting is an openness. The trusting is opens the heart in a way. It allows things to breathe. It allows things to come to life. It allows to energy to come in service to you. There's because when you're in the you're not in trust. When you're in the mental and the mind and the blockages, you're in a tightness. Everything comes tight. Everything comes more solid and more linear, more mental, more confusing, more friction based. So take a deep breath and allow. Now, of course, you're going to have things like anxiety come up. You're going to have fears that come up. This is what we call gravity. This gravity, some of you call it karma, because it feels a lot like gravity. It's like it pulls you in, it sucks you in, twirls you around, it holds you in tight into a cycle. It's really kind of all karma is a gravity. It's a energetic gravity. If you've created, you have all these aspects of yourself, all these creations, these fears, these joys, whatever, and these things are in a gravitational pull. Just kind of like the moon is spinning around the earth, is held there by that gravity. You're held into this linear reality by that gravity, and the more tightly, the more of these things, the more of these aspects are just out there stuck in like a limbo kind of cycle of playing their stories out over and over again. The more gravity there is, the more pull there is that holds you in. I guess a scientific thing to say is, scientifically, gravity is not a force. It's not a force. It's you can do your own research on that. I don't even know if I mentally understand it, because I'm not a scientific person, but to me that's always been important. Gravity is not a force, so you don't need a force back on it. But gravity is just what holds structure. It keeps things together. It gives you this lovely linear reality. There's all types of gravity. Gravity is what makes things solid. Holds things into shapes and into forms, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Like I've talked before, there's no good, there is no bad. There's only what is. Nothing's right, nothing is wrong. It's just what you prefer as a creator being. And at the moment, you're preferring this. I know that'll piss some people off, but we did. We all came here for a reason. We weren't naive. We knew what we were. Well, we knew kind of what we were doing. We didn't know exactly what being, because you don't know what something is until you experience it, really. But we had an idea. We didn't understand. We understood that we were going to go into a reality where the gravity was so thick that it would hold you in. That it would hold you into this one spectrum or ray of light. If you see your whole self, sometimes I like to visualize it as maybe some of you are Pink Floyd fans, or at least know of the album cover. It has the is that the Wall album, or is it the Dark Side of the Moon? Dark Side of the Moon. That's what it is. It's been a while. The Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd album has iconic cover, which is a prism. It looks like a pyramid with a white light coming into one side, and out the other side has the primary colors coming out. Because if you shine a white light into a prism, on the other side you get a rainbow. I kind of see it like this sometimes. Consciousness is clarity. It is the white light. Because white light, if the scientific term, would be clear light. So it's all the color spectrums, everything just brought together into clarity. But then you can have a separation. If you shine that light into the prism, it has a separation. And now you have all the primary colors. You have a separation. Now you have all those colors were within the clear white light, but now you have red, blue, green, yellow, violet, whatever all the primary colors are. But then you can take those primary colors and mix them up and change them around. Lighter colors of red. You can mix different colors, red and green, and you can make new colors. That's kind of what separation gives you. And this is all happening within yourself because you are conscious. You are this clarity. You are all potentials. And you brought these potentials into separation so you could see them, then you could play with them to give contrast. Now you have yellow, green, red. It's not even just the visual spectrum of colors you have. You have radio waves. Radio wave is, all colors are just little wavy lines. And they bounce in your eyes and you can see them. There's certain things that are that the eyes can see, but there's things that eyes can't see, like radiation, radio waves, all kinds of. That's why we're looking into outer space. We use special cameras that look at infrared and other light spectrums that the human eye can't see. That's what I talk about it before. 99.99% of this reality isn't even an awareness of the human, because a lot of it is just different wavelengths, different patterns of waves that the human eye can't see. You can't smell it, you can't hear it. It's kind of like it's when you have a dog whistle, you blow it has frequencies the human ear can't hear, but yet I can listen to music on my record player and I can hear it fine, but that's a different wavelength than, say, a dog whistle. There's all these seen and unseen wavelengths even in just this reality, and most of it is unseen. It's just there, it's in the background that a human doesn't recognize during their everyday lives, but through scientific instruments and things we can see it. And I would say this wavelength that it's just a single ray of light within the infinite span of rays that is consciousness. This is a very dense down, you could say all it is, it's a ray of light that's been brought into focus, brought in with, in a dense way, brought into with gravity, into solidness. You don't need to understand what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give you something to feel into. It's not really about mentally understanding how all this works. Because you could say, in the beginning, there is consciousness. Consciousness, desire to know itself, and it shined its light, and through its light rays, or whatever, this is all metaphorically, it's, in a way, you can't really say what it actually is. It shines light, and when these movements within the rays of light move, creates a gravity. And now, those gravities are what we use to have experiences, and every realm of existence has some bit of gravity. This is just the most dense of gravity in this reality. It makes things solid, but also it can hold you into place so much as you forget you're stuck onto one ray of light of yourself. You forget that you're this multi-spectrum, that you have all these other colors within your whole clarity self. That's why I say allowing your enlightenment is really when you're allowed to realize yourself to realize I am that I am, I exist. You realize the entirety in a way. You just say, oh, I exist. I am all these rays of light. So now you don't really understand that at the time. Because at the moment, because your enlightenment is very simple. It really is. It's like, I think I don't know if I told the story of my enlightenment. I was sitting on a toilet. Really, I was. I had a good laugh about it. I was like, well, this makes a great story. Well, what were you doing when you became enlightened? Well, I was sitting on the toilet. Hey. There's worse places to be. But yeah, when you have your light, it's really the enlightenment part is so simple, so basic. It's just there's like this. You just feel, you just have. It's a realization. That's all it is. Enlightenment is just a real. I exist, and it's a knowingness that's there. Holy fuck, I do exist. Holy shit. And you can just feel your existence. And it's so simple, and it's very simple. It's very basic. Yeah, like I probably said before, the angels don't come down and blow their horns, and people don't give you handshakes. You're just like, oh fuck, oh shit, that was so. And you'll laugh about it when you have your enlightenment because you'll realize, holy fuck, that was so simple. It's so, yeah. How did I not realize before I exist? It's not mental thought. There's like, it's just, oh wow. It's just like, I exist. But then the fun part comes afterwards if you decide to stay on the planet. Because now, once you realize you exist, you have to bring that into this reality. Because it's natural. It's just going to naturally happen. Because when you have that realization, it changes the energies. It changes your creation. How your creation is coming in to serve you. Now everything becomes in service of bringing that I exist into this reality, because you've had the realization. That which you would call embodying the I exist. And so it doesn't end after your enlightenment. That's kind of just a new beginning. That's just like, oh fuck. Then all the energy starts coming in. Everything starts coming from being separate back into unity. And it's a slow process, and it takes a while, and it's not very comfortable. I think I've talked about this before, that most masters, when they have the realizations, have just died. Because it's difficult to do. It's difficult to do on this planet, to bring your I exist into experience, into living it. On this planet, it's a pain in the ass, and especially at first, because now you have I exist, and you have, well, I'm still just a human. There's a balancing act, kind of a ebb and flow that goes on. Some days you feel like a master, some days you feel like a stupid human. It's just this energetic flow in and out, giving, receiving, of coming into more and more realizations. It's a beautiful experience, yet it is a brutal experience, because it's going to bring in everything. Everything that's out of alignment to I exist got to be brought into alignment into that. That's why you can say. That's why it's been said. It's considered to die and not to die, to realize yourself, because the moment you realize yourself, you have to bring that I exist in. It's here. It is now singing into your reality, changing everything. That person you were before is gone, and now you may not realize that at the time, but it starts to come in and tear everything out. Everything that was old and out of alignment, everything that was poor me, little human, oh, I'm a victim, all that gets to go. After enlightenment, you cannot keep that. Well, you can keep it, but the way it is, we call it the dragon. because it's the ferocious beast that's going to come in and rip out all that old bullshit. It comes in and just tears everything out. Everything that says, I'm not the creator of my reality. I'm here because the government or society, my parents, churches, religions, secret groups, aliens, whatever bullshit people want to mentally blame shit on. All that stuff has to go because you are the responsible. Because when you say I exist, I am. You're saying I am sovereign. I am a sovereign being. And if anything out of alignment with your sovereignty, with your true clarity, has to go. It just gets ripped out. It's an interesting, but also, I guess you say, eye-opening experience. And it takes trust. It takes compassion in yourself to do something like that. It's not something you can force. That's the thing. The human has, it's the same way I've talked before, the human has no responsibility in its enlightenment. It's not the human's job to become enlightened because you already are. You have the realization. The human allows the realization. So we'll get back to the first topic we said I was going to talk about. I think it was allowing and receiving. The longer you are trying to become enlightened, that's a push again. You're trying to force. You're just going to receive more push, more force, and you're not going to really get anywhere. It's like you pushing against yourself and yourself pushing back against you. You stay in a stagnant stalemate. If you want to feel into your I exist, don't try to go there and grab it and bring it to you. If you go out and try to grab your I exist, my consciousness, it's already here for one thing. It's all around you. It's coming in to serve you because you're saying, when you sit back and just say, take that deep breath, allow, and just be aware. Can you feel into the I exist? I am that I am. I exist. I was never created. In fact, I am creation itself. I am God also. You don't have to go and grab it. You don't have to go and try to take it or try to earn it or try to achieve it. It's already there. Just realize it's there. Allow it to be there. There, within that I exist, is clarity, is unity. Because the I exist is what all this separation comes from. It's the pure I exist, the pure where everything is still in union within yourself. There's no arguments, there's no fight, there's no judgment. It's just breathing, living, I amness. I am being my existence. Whenever you have trouble, what appears to be trouble, because it's really an illusion, but I know that won't help you that much in the moment. Where you're caught into the gravity of emotions, into the gravity of the mind, when the mind chatter is just bogging you down, when your physicality, your body can feel like you're stuck in a gravity of physical pain, of illnesses. Whenever you're in those things, whenever you're feeling, just take a deep breath. Don't try to stop them. You're not at war with anything. You're not trying to stop the mind chatter. You're not trying to... You can tell it to shut the fuck up. Shut up, fucking mind. Then you can make a conscious choice to take a deep breath. There's no force in a conscious choice. It's just making a choice for yourself. That's effortless. Neighbors are back from school. But it's taking a deep breath and just allowing that to be here. Allowing your clarity, your isness, yourself, all the spectrums of you to be here in this reality. See, when you're not trying or forcing, when you feel safe, that's when you'll receive. Because if you're all bunched up, it's like you're putting a brick wall around yourself. You're on this lonely little spectrum of yourself right now. And around you is all these rainbows of color of the entire white, clear light that is you. But you're on this one dense. Allow yourself to receive the lights from those other spectrums, from your whole self, from those other realities. You go there all the time anyways, you know. It is said that human beings are having about a dozen dreams at one time. And those other dreams, you're just going into other little spectrums. Now, a lot of times they're near Earth realms, or you could say they're near this. They're just on this same ray of light. There's just these. You're real close by. You're not getting out of the gravity of it. But sometimes you can allow yourself to go way out into another spectrum, into a new color that even a human doesn't recognize. And you won't really. A lot of times, your mind will just shut down when that happens. When you go into higher realms, the mind just breaks down a bit. Because at times, with dreams and things, it can kind of picture things together. It can kind of, because usually your dreams and things are usually in the near Earth realm, so they're still based in a lot of the gravity of this reality. But when you go into a different spectrum of yourself, the brain has no fucking clue of what's happening. It doesn't understand, so you will get nothing from the mind. The mind kind of shuts down, or it'll just go off about something gravitational around here, just to kind of have something to do, because the mind always thinks it needs something to do. That'll go away at some point. But at the moment, you're still going to have that for a while. But when you're up in these, what you would call higher realms, they're really just other spectrums of yourself. They're not higher and lower. It's just this one is so dense and gravity-based. This one has way up here or way out here somewhere, way out in the other realms where everything's more fluid, where time isn't solid. It doesn't have the gravity. It doesn't have the solidness. It doesn't have the linearness of this reality. The mind shuts down. Doesn't know you can feel into those other realms, but you're going to get, a lot of times, it's going to feel like to the human that you're just getting static. You're getting nothing. But it's not what's happening. You're actually there. But you're still so in the mind, you're not seeing it. This is where a lot of people give up. They're like, oh, I can't go to the other realms. I can't go and do these things. I can't do whatever. No, you're doing it all the time. The mind blocks it out because it doesn't understand it. I can feel, you can take a moment and just go to a realm that is just of unity within yourself. Your consciousness goes there. It creates it. You can say these other spectrums, these other realms, are not there until your consciousness goes there. Then they just appear. You say there are passive potentials within yourself, but until you decide, you make the conscious, you go there, it comes into life. It's there. So that's all you have to do. If you say, don't try to... Here, I would actually say this. You don't actually even need to try to go there, because that's where you're going. It's all within you. You are all the spectrums of light. Allow that light to come here. to be in parallel in a way with this reality, to be here. It comes to you. Because your consciousness, you're its creator, you say, it comes to me. And then it does. Now, you as the conscious creator can say, I wish to have the experience of going there. You can do that too. That's the beauty of your ability as a creator. You can have it come to you, or you can go there. You can have the adventure and the story of the journey. But it's not needed. I think where we're going, coming to you, coming to ease and grace. Hello. Gonna say hello? This is Oreo. Hello, Oreo. Alright, bye, Oreo. Hold on. Let the cat inside. Okay. But that's something to feel into. It comes to you. Because really, when you realize everything is coming to you, you don't need to go out for it anymore. That everything is. I think I've talked about this before. When you choose enlightenment, you have to assume everything is about your enlightenment, because at that point, everything comes to you. Every thought, every bowel movement, everything that happens, every scenario, everything is about your enlightenment now, because all that energy is coming to you. It doesn't matter if you choose path A, path B, or C. It doesn't matter, because whichever path, whichever experience you choose to take, the energies will come in naturally and serve you. In that path, you're the creator. You get to choose how you wish to experience this reality. And at the same time, all the energies will rework and remove to come around and serve you. I think if you start playing the mind game, I think path A will be quicker or path B will be quicker. It doesn't matter. It all comes in the service to you. It just comes down to what you choose to experience. There's no right, no wrong answer. It's all beautiful. That's why we say the human cannot make a mistake. You can't, because as soon as you do something, even if it was a mistake, it doesn't matter, because the energies realign, remove, and come in service to you. It's just what they do. And that takes a lot of pressure off the human. The human doesn't have to worry anymore. They can just allow themselves to receive. Allow it to come to you. Allow it to come in service to you. Because that's what it's here for. This whole reality is in service to you. And everybody else that's on it. But that's it. Probably that'll be all I'm going to talk about today. So what is it? Allow yourself to receive. I know early on I didn't receive very well. You know, if you put it at 1 to 10 in receiving, early on especially, I was like a 1 or a 2. I was very locked up. Like I said before, I was a grumpy puss. I was, and for good reasons, I was unhappy. But then again, those energies of this frustration was there for a reason, because it tells you something's wrong. If you're extremely frustrated about things, that energy is coming in service to you for a reason. It's telling you, oh shit, this isn't serving you. You need to move to the left or to the right. That's why I say you can't make a mistake. Those energies will come in and say, move this, move that. It'll move things around, and you can be stubborn like I was and fight it for God way too long. Oh God, I was fucking stubborn. I'll make this work. Oh yeah. Stubbornness, I think, will serve you to a point, because it takes a bit of stubbornness for enlightenment, but at some point it'll break you. Like the dragon will come in and it will rip that out of you. It'll say, okay, until you have so much pressure, so much gravity of that frustration upon you, you're like, okay, I gotta make it. I gotta trust myself and make a choice. Because really, that's what the frustration was telling me so long ago. I was frustrated because I couldn't make a choice. I couldn't choose left or right because I was locked. So it left me locked into no man's land. Not making a choice is worse than making a choice. Really, because it just leaves you in this no man's land of frustration and built up anger, not willing to go forward in any path because you just weren't sure which path to go. At some point, you just gotta say, even roll the dice if you have to. Fucking just choose one and go. It's just so you can clear the energies, get things unstuck, and start moving, allowing the new energies to come in service to you. Just laughing at some of the things coming to mind. Oh, I was so stubborn. So fucking stubborn. Oh. But I enjoyed it, or I wouldn't have done it. Maybe I was just testing myself and seeing how much of this frustration I could take at one time. Oh, was it the smartest thing to do? Probably not. Was it the most wise thing to do? No. So at some point you realize, yeah, I've done enough. Time to make a choice. Time to make a change. And allow the energies to come in service to you. It doesn't matter which path you take. It doesn't matter what you choose. You can get locked into the mind of it, but at some point, you get out of the mind of it. That's why you take that deep breath and you allow. Be aware. That's it. And you stop going to the mind for all your answers because you realize, oh shit, the mind just gets me, doesn't really give me good, clear answers. It doesn't have any clarity. It just causes more confusion. It's always a compromise. The mind's answer is a compromised answer. At some point, you get tired of compromising. At some time, you get tired of processing and judging everything and coming up with a compromised answer that doesn't really give you full enjoyment, full joy of being alive. And you just say, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done playing that game. No more. And you make a fucking decision and you walk into it. And you allow the energy to serve you. And yes, it's going to be a little scary. Yes, it's going to have some anxiety come. That's when you just take that breath of life, that breath of unity. You bring all those color spectrums in together, all here, right here with you. And that's what we call the safe space. In that safe space, you're in yourself. And it's just your trust that you are creating your reality. Because when you're in that safe space, it allows all those spectrums, all that that clarity of you to be here, and that goes out into your creation and mirrors back that into you as an experience. Oh, I always love making these rambly videos. They're so fun. It's been a while. Hopefully I'll be back soon. We'll see. I hope you all have a great, wonderful day. Thank you.